So I gained the most heated debate, and it is. I told people I hit a 1 minute mile once on foot, and people are contracting the idea. They repeatedly call me dishonest, lying, not true, using the word oh, if they didn't see it or they didn't like it, therefore you are a liar. So therefore, if I am dishonest, I'm competing against a pathological liar. I'm not competing with the truth. I'm competing with another person telling an even bigger lie that only if they've seen it with their own eyes it could happen. And this lie has been developed through centuries, eons, millenniums, telling people there's no way that you can run that fast because it is considered impossible. It is considered possible. Impossible. Because guys run the fastest at 3 to 4 minute miles. Now, that's not far from a 1 minute mile. But how come, when I say like I can sprint or speed walk 5 minute miles when I was running these races 3 hours. Now, mind you, if I did a half marathon years ago, I would have qualified for Boston and probably pulled off qualifying for Olympic record because they only make you compete the Olympics. Do they do the full marathon Olympics? And then they do all the other distances. Because when I was in school, I did all the distances. They were like, okay, you're going to do full distance. You're going to do this one. You're going to do that one. That's all you're doing. You're doing running all day long. You're not allowed to do javelin throw or a ball throw or like compete in all your stuff because you'd have to like jump from one to the other. There was no breaks in between. If you're in a small school like me, that's why I felt like I should have done that, like high jump, pole vaulting. I should have done it all. But they were like, hee, snicker, snicker. Hee, ha, 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 ha. Snicker, snicker, snicker. There's no way you can hit a 1 minute mile. Let's see. I hit 6 minute miles on hilltops, 5th highest altitude. No way I can hit a 1 minute mile. Now, it is very difficult for people when I go around saying the average is like, unless I'm running for my life, or I'm running to, you better be running if I'm running for my life. Or they only grew up in their older age hitting, younger age, hitting 7 miles. I'm hitting 6 minute miles when I was keeping in my training. I'm still not on my training proficiently. I'm just doing yard work in the morning. I was doing 1 minute, 6 minute miles, but I couldn't get into the marathons actually. Because the training is constant. Like, I'd have to like be next door from my job and on my feet immediately. I can't be in a vehicle driving 20 minutes, grabbing a snack, doing someone's yard work. I'd have to be like constantly on the same, and it's not like that anymore. I'd have to wake up in the morning and be on chores, go to work, do a exercise routine, get an exercise routine in after work. That is the reason why I have not attempted to even come close to keep it up with my average paces or turning them into my average, because I'm competing with elites with self-training myself almost behind the elite's footsteps in a sporting event when I'm doing 3 hours, because half the race I am running it faster than above average, but I still hit a wall because I don't compete with the training. The training is like, oh, you do 40 miles or something, or 30 miles at least this one day, but then you have to do it at a certain pace. If you take too long to do 30 miles, you hit a wall. You're just dragging yourself back to your house, stranding yourself on the road or something, hiking, and then you go back and you have to keep up with capable of lifting boxes, moving heavy objects that weigh at least 10 pounds more than me, and keeping up a job without calling into work late all the time. Yeah, because it's the issue. Like anytime I get hooked, I'm working full time versus working part time. calling it late to work because I don't want to switch off to part-time. I want to be consistent with I'm better at doing something. So I've been going to sporting events, 26 miles, and going to work. I skipped out on it this year. I actually did the sporting event and went to the sporting event and then took the day off. Because usually I'll try to challenge myself. If I feel like I'm running fast enough, I'll do the sporting event and go to work the same day. And that's like nearly a 16-hour day or 14-hour cycle. Because if I could get up 4 a.m. in the morning and then not go to bed until like 10 or 11 at night, going to 12 o'clock almost. I have done that before and took a power nap on my lunch break or something. Because I know how my body's behaving. It's going in self-defense mode when I go run a marathon and I get back, and guys naturally produce bigger muscle memory. So the more they do activity, the more that muscle will just sponge out and try to prevent you from doing it more. Just protect your body. So muscle protects your body. It's not meant to replace your body fat if you have it. So yeah, I told people I used to run in lightning storms, severe weather conditions, 2 sporting events, injure myself, and that's the reason why I'm doing one time where I experienced an impossible mile, but have not recorded it. So I have not recorded the impossible mile because the severe conditioning to get that impossible mile is not human, nor is it genetically logical. It's like trying to turn yourself into a robot and be like, ta-da, I'm a human. Next year I'm a robot. A super sophisticated AI functioning, what's the other word? Symbiote or something. I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. Like somebody's something symbioted or related. Synthoid. I don't know. Yeah, this is a whole scenario where it's trying to run a 1 minute mile and prove I could pull it off. And being like the first person in the whole entire lifespan to prove beyond human. So I am not that in shape compared to that one. I'm more muscle right now. Like I said, more beefed up muscle because I've just been going to work, lifting trees, moving logs, doing yard work, and then start a live stream. So the reason why the training is not hooked as much is because the distance of my job between all my other activities. So if I was close to town, I would probably be hiking at least 5 to 10 minute miles, 5 miles, or doing a loop around the town to make it add up to 10 to 5 miles a day, and then going into work. I would pull that off, but I've not leveraged that yet. So being distance between work and then to go into a sporting event. So I'm always consistently and constantly on my feet. I'm never having a dull day moment where I'm like, so that's also another thing, getting sick from all that activity. Sometimes your immune system just breaks and it's like, I'm immunodeficient now because I just did a negative 30 Fahrenheit and then sweated it inside a freezer, jumped out, and now it's a summer day. I'm working in a freezer, jumping out in temperature, and then I skipped out on eating. And if you don't eat proficiently when you're running, you nearly gas it out on those mileages. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with trying to improve quality content, like an RL streamer / video game streamer. Supposedly, there's supposed to be these guidelines where you cannot be IRL, game content creator, hobby, socializing all on one network. They can't out of all these years, they can't program it for the most active person to be more relevant than the least active person to be required to do all of these on one platform instead of having to make all these platforms get more views, because I'm demonetized based on I don't make another channel for more different types of activities and stick to that niche. It's not original to them, supposedly. I don't know. That's the way I'm seeing how they're wording it, not original, or they're just taking someone else's video and put it behind them and then they're going to react, and that's not original. So 2 different not originals being too much of everything all at once on one channel. Because I was told some people were originally video game content creators and then they turn around and wanted to make their own video TV shows. So that's kind of annoying to me that I have to compare myself to someone else, or the fact that there's people on these channels that take private showers on Twitch. They start doing showering or something now, because back then it used to be if you were showing yourself in your restroom, your private headquarters on your channel, oh, that's a permanent ban. But now everyone's taking showers now and video recording of educational or entertainment purposes only. So yeah, that's what's annoying me, is they keep on looping things that make sure you're in a monopoly in a dark hole in the corner section of the internet, and everyone has a reason why they're not like you, is to conclude a pathological lie to your ability to run there. Or I've ended this conversation into me focusing on going to work or something there, or cleaning up myself to pertain the activity it presents to me, making me look stronger and bolder. Because this is from me, this is my sleeper muscles, okay? But my sleeper muscles require me to lift 20,000 pounds of workloads in between doing yard work for family members and then keeping up with a job, or yeah, so 20,000 pound workload job, yard work, lifting trees, have to be a lumberjack for a retired worker. I've helped a lumber mill, fix a lumber mill, and gone into streaming at the same time with the limited sleeping schedules. So I limit my sleeping schedules because then I get lethargic. Everyone's like, "Oh, how dare you not do 8 hours sleep?" If I do 8 hours sleep, I'm simply lame and limp immediately. So trying to stay away from that. Sleeping in, because sleeping in to me is like 8 hours. If I feel like I slept 8 hours, I'm like, oh, why do you sleep 8 hours? Sleeping in, avoiding it on the days I'm working, and maybe have one day off where I lay down in bed when I wake up in the morning, because I never sleep a full 8 hours. Unless I've skipped out on sleep for 2 days or something, and then I turn around and sleep over 8 hours and go on a homeostasis cycle or something. Yep, there concludes competing with a pathological lie and my ability to do something impossible to nearly being a lie to do it, is someone still lying to keep their mindset and not have to listen to me saying, hey, a 1 minute mile, it's impossible, is relevant based on not pulling it off at a record pace. Because some people have only done 3 to 4 minute miles, from guys to girls, who knows, and hold it up in 20. So if you can hold an entire 4 minute mile at an entire race, why is it so impossible for one person to come around and say, hey, I hit a 1 minute mile before and I had 18-hour days, and it used to be because people would drive me around when I was doing activity. Now I have to drive myself around and consider my activity, how I handle my energy, not being everyone's face about how successful I am. That's why I don't conclude to the idea of I'll ever do this again, even maybe.